Singles Day, which is 光棍节 in Chinese, is the opposite of Valentine's Day. It was invented by students at Nanjing University to help other single people find a partner. Because in Chinese culture, traditionally, the stereotypical older generation think that being single is a negative thing. They think that being married and having children and having a very traditional sort of lifestyle is very much the right way and what will bring you happiness. However, they're not always right. Well, Singles Day these days has changed dramatically. In 2009, Alibaba didn't invent, they kind of took on the Singles Day festival as it was the only festival in November, and they thought they could monetize it by creating a commercial value from it. So then, similar to how Amazon created Black Friday, Singles Day is a very similar commercial event now in China, and a lot of brands take part by creating promotions and discounts online. In 2009, when Taobao first began, they had 27 brands on board, and then from that 27 brands, they achieved 50 million RMB. However, last year, 2018, they achieved 30.8 billion RMB in sales in the first 24 hours, which is just an incredible, staggering number. And this year, for 2019, they have over 200,000 brands on board, selling over 1 million products and to 500 million customers. So it's incredible how it's grown just in 10 years. Well, Singles Day is not as big a festival as, say, Chinese New Year or Golden Week. So there must be a really well thought out strategy in order to target the audience. I think you should start small and test the waters with your product, with your brand messaging, and also with your consumers. And then secondly, I would definitely recommend localizing your content. Just remember that your Chinese tourist will not have as strong an English language skill as potentially the Chinese people who live and study here. So just try to make your customer journey as friendly as possible and localize it in their own content, which is simplified Chinese. For example, if you're a brand and you sell cosmetics, maybe potentially you already have a global or a UK national promotion that is going on during Singles Day, but then you use platforms like Chinese influencers or Chinese media platforms to reach the right audience and speak to them in their own localized language so that they know about your content. And then they feel like, this is interesting because it's Singles Day, I'm in a foreign country, and they have promotions going on, this is great, rather than they've put something on specifically to target Chinese people. Actually, that might deter some customers. And remember, if you are thinking about creating something online as well, then always put a step-by-step guide of how to book. Like I mentioned before, localized content is very important, but sometimes potentially you can't also localize your widgets on your websites. So maybe have a poster or a little article about how to book step by step for the older generation. While there are an array of different platforms for the Chinese customer, the most popular ones, which you would have heard of already, would be WeChat and Weibo. Many people find it difficult to track marketing campaigns, so this is really important. And for our clients, from experience, we've started to include QR codes and then put that within your WeChat articles, and you can see how many people are scanning through, and then you can track on your back end as well how many people are actually converting. There's also Xiaohongshu, which is Red, which is sort of like a Instagram / TripAdvisor platform that gives reviews and has brands and products on there as well. People like Chanel, YSL, they can have brand profiles on there now, so people can actually have the full customer journey on Red. People will review, influencers will review your product, Normal people can also review your product as well, and then at the bottom you can actually click through to your own brand profile and purchase online. So that's a really interesting platform that has really been growing over the last couple of years. And then we also have Douyin, which is the Chinese version of TikTok. So that's all about short form video, which we all know is growing massively. And it's all about driving online to offline campaigns. Then hopefully you'll have a great campaign. Well, after Singles Day, surprisingly, it's Christmas. Christmas has become a very commercialized and popular festival in China now. Although the Chinese didn't grow up learning the religious meaning of Christmas and celebrating Christmas like the West did, it has definitely made its way over to the Eastern market. Chinese people just love Christmas. They want to experience the lights and the festivities and the Christmas tree and the snow and Santa Claus and giving. It's just about the excitement of it all that any different religious or cultural festival is really about. And Christmas is a universally friendly and renowned festival, and it's definitely made its way into China now. I think the most important thing is that they want to experience what it means, and to them it's about happiness, it's about like I mentioned before, social sharing, so creating content for themselves or buying products for themselves and sharing it with their friends, giving to their friends and family, and gifting to themselves. Well, Chinese New Year this year, or next year, sorry, is very exciting because it is the beginning of the lunar calendar. So every 12 years, it starts again. So we are going to be at the year of the rat, which is the first animal that crossed the line for the race. It is really exciting because if you haven't already taken part in the past, you can use this as a fresh start. It's also exciting because it's the beginning of a new decade, 2020, so in line with both. Happy New Year for your global inclusion of all the cultures. You can also tie it in nicely with Chinese New Year, which sits at the end of January, on the 29th of January. We've already started working on proposals for Chinese New Year, so yeah. Watch out.